Hey, and we are back. Let me turn off that ticker. Yay! Did I do it? Yay! I did the thing. Awesome. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the break. Jeremiah, what have you been up to the last week, my friend?
I finally got to play a new board game that I kickstarted, The Return to Dark Tower, which was very exciting. I never got to play the original because it's nearly impossible to find. But yeah, the new version is a lot of fun. It's very fancy, lots of fun lights and sounds and soundtracks. So that was exciting.
Nice. Is that what's the general game style of Return to?
It's like a co-op, and there's literally like a big giant tower in the middle of the board.
Is it Stephen King book related or just?
No, not really. Okay. Yeah, there's things to fight and places to explore, and then because it's since it's 2021, 22, it's everything's controlled by an app, but the tower makes noise and lights up and spins around and does stuff. And
that sounds really fun.
Yeah, it actually adds quite a lot. I'm looking forward to. I've only got to play it with 2 people so far, so it'd be fun to play with a full table of 4 people just to see how much chaos happens. But yeah, it was a good time. I hadn't played a brand new board game in a while.
Awesome! Congrats, Misha. What about you? What have you been up to the last week?
Let's see. My mom was in town, so she just left yesterday. I had to think. What's today? Fun, exciting, shuttling kids to orthodontist appointments and school. And I did get my roots dyed. I gotta fix the color because it's a little too green for my personal preference. But it got bleached, which was the important part because I can't see the back of my head. And yeah, working on the costume. I got like miles of pink ruffled trim done, which is necessary for over the top drama.
Nice. That is really cool. I don't think I shared, I think it has been it happened last week, but my son received I think I mentioned in our Slack. That's right. But to share with the Twitch audience, my son received a little certificate award and recognition. He participated in this all-state choir thing for 9th, 10th grade. And the school board decided to recognize him for it. This is the first time I've been to a school board meeting. There's a lot of pomp and also circumstance involved in a school board meeting. It was interesting, but I enjoyed it. And my son afterwards, he says, "They're just a school board." I said, "First of all, that's a hard job. That's a difficult job." He says, "But why do they have because when people would come up, they're very formal in how they address so and so and so and so and the rest of the school board type stuff, and they were standing in front of microphones, they had all this stuff prepared." And he goes, "Why does everything have to be so formal?" And I said, "Well, you just got an award. You got recognized by people. If they were super casual and just kind of tossed the certificate to you, would you have cared as much about it?" He said, No, probably not. I said, "Well, there you go. See, with a little bit of extra effort, sometimes things are a little more meaningful." And it was fun. I got to record him going up. And of the many high schoolers, because it was DECA, speech, theater, and then choir and band, they all those different groups got awards. And it was just funny to watch how many different times various teenagers would go up. There are 2 people and a certificate, and the many different permutations of how they would screw up not getting the certificate, shaking the hand of the person while the other person is handing them a certificate, just all the things that they could do wrong. And it was as if they planned it together. Like, "Oh, I'm gonna mix it up and mess it up It's so fun." I should not take delight in such things, but it amuses me.
Oh, it's hilarious. Watching graduations, same thing. It's like, well, okay, you're supposed to walk up. You take the certificate in one hand and you shake with the other. This is not hard. That order, this hand. It's not hard. Still gets screwed up dozens of times.
Yeah. He was in an honors presentation in front of a large number of the school body that I got to watch, and the ones who didn't screw it up, you could see them literally counting out their steps as they're moving up. Like they've rehearsed this in their head as they're watching all of their friends screw it up. It's amazing. I mean, and I remember when I did the walk across the college stage for my degree, there was a little bit of like, I don't want to trip and fall. Right? That is definitely, there are thousands of people here. I don't want to be that guy. But yeah, the level of high school stress, it's one of those like, yeah, maybe Monster Hearts has a few things pegged pretty well about how high emotion things.
It's really funny watching PhD students flub it.
Last bit, the big honors thing with large number of student body there. One of the things that they did, because they wanted to be respectful of the kids as they're getting their awards for honors, each of them would write down phonetically how to say their name, and they would hand it to the announcer. Makes sense. We had some people with some odd names, and this way they would be pronounced correctly, and except for the one girl who dropped hers.
Oh.
And like let out a little squeak that I could hear from the third row. Like she like scrambles around on the stage floor with the lights and everything, having to grab the piece of paper. I'm like,
poor thing.
You poor sweet summer child. I'm so sorry that this tickles me. I'm sorry, it shouldn't. But yeah, there you go. Let's jump back into Hut Cartel, friends. Yeah. Ito, your sister will not hear anything other than I'm going with Big Bro to check out the place where he works, even if she has to watch from outside.
Yep.
And that has added some stress to your life.
Just a little bit. Yep.
So she's riding in your very slick, cool scooter.
Nope, we're not.
Oh, not yet. Oh, we're not jumping that far, huh?
Before we even leave the restaurant, I'm going to try to create a distraction so that I can separate myself from her with Let's Try Science.
That's a fine move. Yeah. When you try to jerry-rig something with science, roll with grit. On a hit, you create an opportunity to buy yourself some time.
Yep. I feel like it's a terrible idea. I feel like maybe I've done something like this before, but I think I have something sort of like half ready to go with my burner phone, with my burner comm unit, I should say, and I can kind of like somewhat discreetly, hit a sequence of buttons on it, and then I'll kind of like put it on the counter or like maybe slide it across the floor, and it overcharges and the battery explodes or something. Create a distraction.
I'm having a like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs like happy birthday thing moment for anyone that's seen that. Yep. That sounds amazing. You now need to roll with grit. Your grit is a +2. You are so gritty.
Yeah.
Who knew that Ito was such a gritastic person?
Yeah. Okay.
I do not think that is a word.
Sure, why not? I'll take a second. Okay.
That's a heck of a lot better than a 1.
Yeah, I still got to take another stress. Okay, cool.
On 7 and 9, your efforts are messy or unstable. Mark stress, which you did. But on a hit, you create an opportunity to buy yourself some time. So, yeah, I'll give you a bit of narration as you make good your escape from your poor, tired sister.
Yeah, like I said, I kind of imagine sort of like under the counter, like operating the comm with like one hand, kind of not looking, and then I kind of like drop it on the floor and kick it across the restaurant, so it's not near me when it kind of goes off. I guess, and then hope the idea being that it'll create enough of a distraction for me to just leg it.
Yeah, you bought yourself an opportunity, and I think you are able to ditch her. Yeah.
I only feel slightly bad.
Sure.
Yep.
You think you hear her calling your name as you hop into your decent speeder.
Yep.
And speed away.
Yep.
Nice.
Ditched your sister.
Oh man. And you've never pulled this on her before, but she's smart. She knows that you just ditched her.
Oh yeah. I don't think there's any question that she knows that it was me.
Yeah. She definitely has figured this out. She doesn't even try to calm you back. She knows you ditched her and she's mad, but she got a free meal, so
hey, it's a problem for future Ito to deal with.
Exactly. So Ito, what's the plan here?
Well, I imagine
headed back.
Like on the one hand, I am recklessly driving my way back to the Gadget Zone. But on the way, I'm probably calling probably Panazapal.
Mm-hmm.
Get him on the comm unit, being like, "Hey, Zippy report somebody trying to break into the lab. I don't know what's going on. I'm on my way. I'll be there soon. Something's going on over there. I don't know where you're at. Who's nearby? Just zipping in and out of traffic."
All right. Yeah, he says, all right. Why would anyone know about the lab?
Nobody but I mean, there's only ever a few people down there. There's me, there's my robot, and there's AB's game. That's it. And you. And I guess the boss.
Okay. On my way. If I beat you there, I'll take care of it. Yeah. Let's see if you can beat him there. Why don't you push your luck if you want? Unless you want to just take it easy and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, I almost wish I had AB's daring keys. I could just get some mad XP right now. No, like I think I'm legitimately concerned about my of the like two priorities of like A, the secret being found out, and B, my lab being compromised. I care way more about my lab being compromised. Like, so yeah, I want to like get there and prevent damage from being done to my lab, basically.
Maximum damage. All right, you roll plus grit, and as we've already established, you're very gritty.
Sweet, I'll take another grit roll. Fortune favors the bold. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, push your luck.
Max out my stress.
Yeah, I think what happens. Yeah, the base. Yeah, I get a thing. I think what happens here is Ito, you're zipping along.
Yep.
And I think you zip through and like some cross traffic.
Yep.
Thinking that you can get through, and you get clipped. Like the back of the speeder gets clipped, and you get spun. And you get slammed into basically a light pole on a corner. And I think that is a thing that's going to max out your stress.
Oh no.
Yeah, you are at stress 5, and it's a messy crime scene, right? You don't have any product in here. It's just you're totally clean, right? There's nothing to worry about.
Not on me or my speeder, no. But I'm also in a hurry to get out of here. My thought is like, to hell with my car. I can buy a new one. Flag down a taxi.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, when you leave a messy crime scene before the authorities arrive, roll with heat.
Okay.
On a miss, you'll exit the scene. On a 10 plus, the authorities arrive in force.
Oh no! Oh yeah, because this is where I want it. We want it backwards.
Bloop.
Yeah. Luckily, my heat is 0.
Yeah, your heat's a 0,
which is good. And I guess my max stress isn't affecting me yet.
It's not a stress roll, so you can actually do this.
Mostly means if a roll could give me stress, I can't even attempt.
You can't do the move,
okay.
right?
Exactly. This I can do. All right, heat plus 0. Oh, well, it's better than it's.
All right, an 8. So on 8, with a leave a messy crime scene, we'll just Bloop. There we go. On a 7 to 9, the authorities respond before you can get away, but they are isolated or unprepared for what they find. I think you get up and you're woozy, you're a little bloody, and when you look around, you see that vehicle, that speeder truck, plowed through you and took out a couple other people.
Oh.
They're speeders as well, and it's bad. Like these speeders are down on the ground, which is not like you guys are high up, right? Because most of Middle City people are walking, so you fell over a story before you hit the ground. I don't imagine there are like airbags or anything like that, but that's why you took that extra stress. You got cut, like cosmetic blood going on. You're woozy, and you hear the klaxons and sirens. Is very quick response are on their way of the not so much just cops, but also the Star Wars version of rescue squad and fire. First responders sounds good. We should come up with a nice generic name. And they're unprepared for what they find, but you also see that there are a couple of those Imperial little cam bot droids, and they're like spinning around, so you can get out of there, but you know that they have your vehicle and the picture of you there. Still bugging out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's a tomorrow problem.
Okay, so you head out, grab a Johnny Cab, and make your way onto the lab. Let's cut back to AB. As AB, you just said, "Hey, Dorak, I'm sure everything's fine. I'm sure they've worked their way through, and you're following Dorak out of the area. You've gotten things taken care of, but." That's when one of the street dealers, like another hawk, but a hawk that actually sells products, slings some of the slick. We'll say that this is a Togruta. So if you guys know, Togruta are Ahsoka Tano from Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. She is a Togruta, but this is a male. And I'm going to grab from our little name, I think Vikasaurus. And Vika is not on the list, AB. Vika is not on the list to get any product. Has been in the past. But you remember when you looked at the list of who you can hand this stuff off to. Vika's not on the list. Vika comes in. You can see Vika's tired. Something around his eyes. He looks a little nervous. Sees you. Comes up. Okay. AB, I need a few packs.
Sorry, dude. You didn't make the cut this week.
No, that can't be right. Listen, I've been selling for weeks now.
I'm sure you have. This is above my pay grade. You know who to take it up with.
He grabs your arm, and it's not like he's trying to muscle you as much as it's a desperate grab and trying to pull you slightly out of the earshot of other people in the kitchen. Maybe. Listen. Okay, I came up a little bit short, and that's probably why they cut me off, but I can make it back and catch up. It's not my fault.
It never
is. He held me up, and he took my stuff.
Look, if I give you this shit, then it's on my neck, and I ain't having that. So, take it up the chin.
Come on, AB. If I can't If I can't catch up, then Rue's coming after me and his crew.
That's usually the way it works, yeah. It's like you're going to have to find another source of revenue if you're going to try to catch up, because throwing good money after bad just isn't going to work here.
So that's how this goes.
It's business, man. We all got our parts to play. Mine is not exactly to hand out to every Tom, Dick, and Harry who walks in. I have who I'm supposed to give it to. You didn't make the list this week. And if I give it to you, that means somebody else is going to be short, and then I'm going to get my ass in the sling. I don't need my ass in the sling.
Listen, I know you and Jubal have it good, right? You wouldn't want anybody to get mad about that, right? Why don't you cut somebody else in their order in half and give me that? I'll pay you back as soon as I pay them.
She leans in real close. If I fuck over somebody else, I die. We don't do that. So no, I'm not cutting anybody else's order because you couldn't keep your hands out of the slick.
I did. Vastadur stole off me.
Well, maybe you should tell somebody else that, not me. Maybe they'll send Rue after Vastadur then.
His mouth's all kinds of unpleasant. And then maybe he just steps back, and then he's going to he starts walking towards the locker area.
She yanks him by the back of the shirt, pulls him back out.
You're going to have to turn to violence if you want to shut it down.
Sure.
All right. When you turn to violence, roll with savagery. On a hit, you mark stress and trade harm as established. And just so we're clear, I think he's got a little vibro knife that he pulls on you. He doesn't play fair. You're also a lot bigger than him. So your savagery is...
It's a 0.
flat.
I'll see if there's anything else I got that would...
Yeah, do you have anything that subs in? Oh, man, I'm going to make you escape. You got that cool move for escaping.
Nope, we're good.
All right, roll it.
Is this willingly entering a dangerous situation without precaution or deception?
I would agree. There's no precaution, no deception. You've got no weapon. He's got a weapon. This is going to be rough. Okay.
That's a 6.
Okay. On a 6. Here's what happens. You reach back, grab him to keep him from going in. He turns, and you hear the low hum of that vibro knife before he plants it right in your side. And you feel it wiggle for just a moment before he pulls it out, and he jams it in your side a second time. It hurts. And I think at this point you're gonna take a couple stress here.
Legit.
You feel your legs start to give out underneath you. You can hear your blood spatter on the tile floor, And before you even hit the ground, you hear a pair of blaster shots. And you hit the kitchen floor, and a second later, your Garuda buddy does too. The hole in the side of his head. All of a sudden, Dorok appears over top of you. He's got a smoking blaster pistol. We gotta get you patched up.
Sounds like a plan. Thud.
So we cut to Ito. Ito, you get let off by the Johnny Cab. You're making your way to Gadget Zone, which is closed because they work regular hours. They don't stay open 24/7 or whatnot. They're a decent place. But you don't go through Gadget Zone to get to your lab, right? You got another way in.
There's like a side entrance that I have a key card to or something.
And you go through the side entrance, swipe your key card. Doesn't make that little sound. The door doesn't open. Swipe it again. No sound, no registry. Door doesn't open. What do you do?
I mean, I'm going to try to like break off the reader and try to hotwire it.
Oh, awesome. That sounds amazing. I think you're trying to jury-rig something with science, man.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Let's try science.
Yeah, when all else fails. Try science. There we go. I'll take a 10. Yeah.
Is this it?
Oh, yes. Yeah, the 10.
Sorry, I looked away for a second. I looked back, and I'm like, I think that's what he rolled.
Yeah.
On a 10 plus, you create an opportunity and buy yourself some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do that. You go in, you slice it, and door open, and you have to pull it open the rest of the way.
Yep.
As soon as you step into the corridor area that leads to the lab and the secured door, you smell smoke.
Oh, jeez.
You also smell. You recognize the telltale smell of burnt flesh.
That's not good. Well, I mean, it could be good. It depends on whose flesh it is.
And when you head down the little corridor, it's like, I imagine it's kind of a dark. We talked about it, kind of like the sewers or like a maintenance tunnel type area underneath, right?
Yeah.
So you head down that, boom, boom, boom. You can hear your boot steps as you come.
Probably going a little more careful now because this,
Yeah, taking it easy. Don't want to surprise anybody, that kind of thing. And when you get closer to the door, which is open, you can see the light of your lab spilling out into the edge of the corridor.
Yep.
And you also see that the light on the walls, you see that there are a couple of those. Like I always love the moment in Empire Strikes Back when you see a blaster shot, and blasters that people lived through in Mandalorian, that's fine. Blasters in Empire Strikes Back were freaking black. They left fist-sized holes in Duracrete. It was terrifying. You see several of those, like pockmarked piece of wall. That was not there the last time you came through this.
Yeah.
And when you step into the lab finally, or peer into the lab, you see Pana Zapal is standing there. And so are a couple of, that's true, it's because Stormtroopers miss. You don't have to worry about it. You actually see a pair of big guys, Trandoshans, brothers. They work for Pana Zapal. They work for the cartel.
Okay, so I recognize them.
Yeah. One of them has a big honking gun.
Yeah.
The other one doesn't have any obvious weapons out, but you see he's got a couple of vibro weapons at his side. Ponizapal doesn't have any, like he has a blaster and a pretty cool looking holster kind of deal going on, but he doesn't have it out. And you see Zippy. He looks rough.
I can fix
He doesn't look to be on.
It's all right. I don't want to surprise them.
Sure.
and get shot. So before going too far into the doorway, I'll probably kind of not quite yell, but speak loudly, like, "Hey, Pana, it's Ito. I'm coming in."
I beat you here.
Yeah, I had a little traffic trouble. Gonna need a new
You look
car.
rough. Did they hit you too?
Oh yeah, there was a whole big pile up. It's fine. I made it. Cars can be fixed.
And he starts walking towards you. And he gets close. Right? Ponizapal is a person who does not respect personal boundaries.
Okay, fair.
He's close. Do you imagine that Ito's taller or shorter than Ponizapal?
What is Pana? He's just a human, right?
Yes.
I like, oddly, yeah, I kind of picture Ito as being relatively tall, like at least 6'1", 6'2". I don't know what you had pictured for Pana, so
yeah, that sounds good. I see him as like 5'10", 5'11" kind of deal. So yeah, you got a few inches on him.
Yeah,
and then with the Leku, that even gives you a little more height. So
yeah,
he looks up at you and he says, "Did someone come after you, or did you just get in a carking accident because you can't drive a speeder?"
Option C. No, I guess
he's asking to justify your behavior, right?
Yeah, fair. I see. Interesting.
And I think, yeah, you can roll this.
Okay.
It's an NPC, but you have to answer with total honesty. Lucky for you, you weren't doing anything that sneaky, but you still need to roll with face.
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to, because I sort of feel like with my high stress that, like, man, I might freak out a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's true. You could definitely freak out.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll with grit instead of face.
I'll be like,
thing,
like, hey, nobody's coming after me. Nobody knows what I do here. Nobody else knows where I work. I keep my whole family and friends out of my business. Nobody's coming after me. There's just some carking huge truck plowing through 4 other speeders, and I just got caught in the splash zone. It's not on me, man.
Nice. That was very good. That was definitely a freak out.
Okay,
go ahead and roll with your +2 grit.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's an 11. That is perfection. So on a hit, they accept your logic. And he won't even have any follow-up questions.
Good.
Good.
More important things to worry about, like this freaking lab being... Was anybody here when you got here? Who did this?
There were people here. They won't bother you again. But they might not be the only team. Someone knows about this lab.
Do I need to pack up and move? If so, we're talking at least probably a week without product. This stuff is sensitive and takes a while to move and transport safely and recalibrate in a new location.
Go somewhere secure. Do you want one of my guys to come with you? He says, check that. He turns and he looks at one of the Trandoshans. He says, all right, Lisk, go with Ito. Keep him safe.
Sounds good to me.
I'll run some numbers, see if we can go without a week.
Luckily, I was up in this batch, so
yeah, as long as Avi made the delivery.
She always does.
Yeah. All right. And Lisk, one of the two Trandoshans, the one that does not have the big honking gun, come over, says, well, let's get you to a safe house.
Hope you got a speeder. Mine's jumped.
That was a nice speeder. A shame. Bad night for you.
Bad night for all of us here, it looks like.
So, do you leave Zippy behind or grab the poor, not powered on droid to bring with you? You don't have to. I'm just asking the question.
I sort of feel like with my high stress at the moment and the whole situation that it honestly slips my mind. Like, I don't even think about him being there.
Cool. We cut to the background music that we have that indicates that we are at Jubal's, and the sounds of the Hutball game going off in the distance. Maybe when you come to, you've been to Jubal's office before. You're lying on the couch. You're lying on the couch in Jubal's office. You smell on the air, smell of Bacta spray. And the whole side, all of your side, everything from your armpit down to your hip hurts. And Jubal's there. Yeah, I think you're gonna be okay. Do you want me to have somebody take you to a hospital?
I don't know. Did you get the plate of the speeder that ran me over? Oh, God. Ow. I forgot how much being stabbed hurts.
You've been stabbed before?
I'm a Zabrak, duh.
Okay. I'm sorry that this happened in my place, but did you know that guy?
I'd seen her around. Didn't know him well. He was a tweaker. I don't know. What would the proper term for someone who uses slick be?
I like tweaker. That works fine enough.
Or slickhead.
Oh, slickhead's kind of cool too.
Euphoria thing, so sure.
Slickheads, huh?
Yeah.
Your comm unit was signaling earlier when you were out.
Yeah, it's probably the girls. Oh, look at a ditch.
She gets up, heads over to her little stone desk. It's the thing she prizes most in this entire office. It's made from a stone from a planet a lot far away. She grabs your comm unit, brings it over to you, and a glass of water. It was a call from I think it's from Tazi, because it's Tazi doesn't have a burner comm unit.
course not. I pop out the earpiece and listen to the message real fast.
Hey, AB. We're at station 212. This is my one call. So we'll see you later. If you can come and get us out, that'd be great.
I like hang up, put the earpiece away. I was like, I apparently need to get bail money.
I'll confront you a little bit.
You know we're good for it. We'll pay it back.
Okay. I think you need to strain your finances to cover the rest of the nut. Strain your finances to get what you want. Roll. Add +1 for each. Have you recently come into a large sum of credits? No. Would you accept something counterfeit or stolen? I don't think you...
It wouldn't help here because I can't give something stolen to the cops. That would just be stupid.
You have a contact with useful connections.
That I do.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. So you're rolling +1. You want to roll high. It's one of those moves that you want to roll high, the classic style. Rolling +1, and I'm gonna get over to the screen. There we go.
Hey.
An 8. Okay, on 7 to 9, you scrape together enough, but someone notices your largesse. I think the person who notices is Jamal. Like, not your largesse. I don't think you're like living high on the hog, but it's the fact that you scraped together enough money to spring 3 Zabrags from.
She probably knows us well enough to know we probably have a bail fund like hidden, scrolled away, because Muvaru gets in enough fights that this is a semi-regular occurrence. It's why our finances are as shitty as they are.
You're able to cover the nut, but she knows that's a thing you do. Cool. Glancing at time, I think we have time for maybe one more scene. Does anyone have a particular thing they'd like to do before we wrap up for this evening?
I kind of do.
Yeah, what's that?
Once the guy, the Trandoshan,
Lisk,
yeah. Once he gets me to or maybe even on the way to the safe house, at some point I'm gonna be like, "You carrying anything? Because man, I have had the worst day. I need something to take the edge off."
Of course. I have some of the best slick in all of Terrace.
Well, yeah, because I made it.
So you end up, and I am excited because it feels like the kind of time that we might do one of our location moves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you're going to be fleeing to the Undercity to hide out.
Okay.
So when you flee to the Undercity to hide, roll with grit. On a 10+, you find a safe place or passage. On a 7 to 9, either fill your stress track, or face your pursuers in the dark. I'll give you a +1 on this because you've got Lisk with you.
Got help. Okay, so let's +3.
+3. You're guaranteed. There's no way you'll fail.
You know.
I mean,
that's not how that works.
It's not how dice math works, but it feels good, right?
Feels good to say.
Feels good to say.
9's not bad.
9 is not bad. Awesome. So 7 and 9, fill your stress track and escape or face your pursuers in the dark. Your choice. Awesome. Cool. So we'll pick up with that after you get high.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I want to get high so I can get rid of my strength.
So you know that you, the player, know that your character is going to face something, but you are going to go ahead and do one of the stress moves. Lose yourself into a substance. Yeah. You lose yourself in a substance, roll with grit. Oh, you're so good at this. You should get high all the time.
Well, just say yes, kids.
Oh my. Remember all the warnings at the top, all the warnings. We're joking. We're not at all serious. Joke.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Dark humor.
All right, so it's grit, right? Another grit roll.
Yep, cool. So you're rolling +2 in this one.
Yeah, there we go. That's the good stuff.
Wow. All right. On a hit, you clear your stress track. That's awesome.
That feels good. And nothing bad happens.
Do not have to make a drug move. You may the force be with you on a miss. You're good.
All that, yeah.
Clear that stress track. You get to start with 2 next time, but you are good. You're good to go. Yeah. Except that you know that there's something you're gonna have to deal with. But that's next session's Ito's problem.
While high, presumably.
While high. Oh, that's fun. Let me write down while high.
High. What the causes
or while crashing, so depending on how
I'm gonna feel great, whatever happens.
Nice.
Who did the what's his face say you robbed him?
Oh, Vastudur, who is surprisingly enough a Twi'lek, who is part of the Black Sun, supposedly. Leads a gang in Lower City that pushes glitter stem, a particular type of spice. Supposedly gives you the ability to read people's minds, see the future, and stuff. It's made on Ryloth, so Ito's people have dealt with it before. Slavery and spice trade are the 2 most profitable things of Ryloth, at least during the Empire. Of course, things are changing in the New Republic, but All right. So we will go ahead and bring things to a close here. Let's do a quick check of keys to make sure we haven't missed any. I know, Ito, you marked one for secrets.
Yep.
And AB marked one for daring.
Yep.
And man, if only you guys had flipped keys, the debt one would definitely have been straining your finances to meet your family's immediate needs, but that's an Ito problem. And man, AB with that ambition, I gotta see some ambition from her. I'm really curious. We're gonna have to have some jobs that are supposed to go to someone else so you can be ambitious. We'll get that.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, cool. All right. So with that all closed out, let's tell everybody where you can be found. Misha, if folks want to follow your gaming endeavors, where should they go? Where should they look for you online?
Easiest place to find me is on Twitter at BGGameworks or on my website, blackroadgameworks.com. Yeah.
All right. And, oh, man, was that a banner thing that somebody had created?
Yeah, Jay had it going last week, but I don't remember.
Jay had it going. It was so cool, and I don't see it here. Oh, he had like a thing in the...
there's some kind of like macros set up or something.
The Moopot. Thank you. There we go. You're the best. Good work. All right. And Jeremiah, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at pseudo-idiot.
In case you're looking, that's how you spell pseudo-idiot.
Yeah.
Unz.
You don't have one, Jeremiah. Sorry.
No.
I don't think I do either. I think I have one, but that's okay. And if you want to find me, Rich Rogers, it's best to find me my one tweet per week at ORKLORD, Orklord. Or if you're, a young player on Halo, you may accidentally scream at me and call me Oaklord, but but it's an R. It's Orc Lord. Thank you both so much for playing. It's been a real fun getting to know a little bit about AB and Jubal's place and Ito and his family life. That was fun stuff, and got lots of stress moves going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some stress reducing.
Yeah.
I'm full.
All right. Well, with that, we will bring this session to a close. And thanks everybody for watching and your comments. Thanks, Judd. See y'all later.